At some point of life, we all have to face some sort of pressure in any shape or form. That's why there's a quote that says, pressure forged diamond. It's those that have sheer determination that wanted to be successful, that can overcome the problems and eventually become successful. But one thing that no one mentioned is that once you reach the summit, you reach the climax point, you still have to maintain successful. No one wants to be successful and suddenly fell down. So in order to maintain that, you have to maintain your ability to deal with pressure. So this is a mountain. You climb all the way up, you deal all the adversity, trials and error. But once you reach it, you don't instantly go down, right? You still want to stay there, take in the deep breath of fresh air, you want to see the scenery. That's why you have to deal with pressure every single day to stay successful. So this is why there's very less population of the people in the world that is successful, and there's even less of population of people that can deal with pressure every single day, the ability to do so. So in terms of pressure, there's a lot of shape or form, like I mentioned earlier. So we can dial down into a few categories. So there's 3 points: family-wise, relationship-wise, financial-wise, and work-wise. So financial, self-explanatory. You want to provide for your family, your future family. You want to live a lifestyle that you wanted, life expectancy. That's some sort of pressure as well. Your family, your mother, your father wanted you to study this, take this degree, but inside of you, you wanted to pursue a career that they both some sort of agree, but sometimes will very, very disagree with your ideas. Sometimes will even scold you or say that if you work this, you'll be unsuccessful, you're going to be suffer for your rest of your life. Some sort of pressure as well. And lastly, your work-wise. Doesn't matter if you're an employee or an employer or even a businessman in general, you still have to deal from your boss. You still have to deal with the pressure on how to manage people, how to make a profit out of it to prevent bankruptcy. So overall pressure every single day we have to deal with it. So that's why it's important for everyone, not like elderly or only teenagers, everyone, including those in self-improvement, including those who not in self-improvement. We need to know how to deal with pressure. So we're going to go over some few key tips on how to overcome it. And these tips that I'm going to give you later on will help you tremendously and give you some sort of insight on how to actually deal with pressure later on. But first, let me tell my story. So one of the most unforgettable moments in terms of pressure is when I have to start doing this YouTube channel. Not like has to, but I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I watched all sorts of content creators. Mostly it's Hamza. So I think I've mentioned this previously. I met Hamza is when I watched his YouTube channel. I remember it's why physical attractiveness is important as fuck. So that video keep on popping on my homepage multiple times, even after I refresh it. So I tap in and see instantly I got hooked. So one of the videos is say the best business model to do, one of the best way to provide value, to give you purpose, is to start an online business, to gather an audience and share the experience that you have. So I tried it. The first day of me posting their videos is one of the most hardest experience that I ever have. It can compare to all other 90 something videos that I ever made, because the total time I take to make one video, the first time I'm doing completely a newbie, it took me about a day to do it. 1 hour of thinking how to set up a YouTube channel, 2 or 3 hours to how to adjust the camera to find a good camera angle for me to record. 3, I'm not thinking what should I use, a camera or a phone. 4, I spent I think around 5 to 6 hours just to record it. I can say I'm good at speaking English, but if you want me to speak with confidence, like look straight into your eyes, have this kind of expression, and to not mess it up, to not like NG every single time, it's very hard for me. So total, I think it take around one day. And even if I upload it, I still worry about it. Everyone have this kind of anxiety when they post their first video, or even maybe after 10, 20 videos, they still feel that feeling as well. They're scared what happens if someone saw it, how their parents would respond to it. But I told my parents about it, I told my siblings about it, they all support me, so I can do it without any restraint. So maybe it's not for your case, but you still muster up your courage to do it. Post that video online, and the first few days, the first couple 20, 30 videos, you won't get some views. You won't get the view that you wanted, but you're still working hard anyway. You don't get the views you want, hates, comments all around you, even though you're just a small YouTube content creator. And those kind of things slowly kills your mental strength. And that point of time, before the videos that I post about I'm being burnt out, my whole view of YouTube, my whole concept of YouTube is totally wrong. I'm doing YouTube just for the sake of daily uploads and getting views. It's a very wrong thinking. That's why I'm feeling burned out. Because inside of me, there's no purpose. Like right now, I changed my thinking. The only reason why I make this video right now is for me to share experience. I just finished the day 1 of my big exam, some sort of like high school exam. So the first day is finished today. So a lot of people feel pressure. That's why I want to make a video about it. Don't forget about volleyball tournament, which I mentioned a bunch of times. Me can't muster up the courage, don't have the dog inside of me. That's why I lose, because I lose to people mentally. So If you can't withstand pressure, you will crumble. And when you crumble, you lose, other will win. So you have to find a way for you to win. So for you to win, you have to withstand pressure. So we're going to straight go over the first lesson of how to deal with pressure. So before I tell you every single thing later on in lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 1 is the most important. In order for you to deal with pressure more better and more efficiently, you have to experience it more. Don't take the bullshit from other YouTubers telling you that in order to relieve pressure, to deal with pressure, you have to do this, but didn't tell you to experience it more. It's like telling a person to be good at cooking without telling him that without trials and errors, you're not going to become good at it. If I want you to make a good dish right now, if I want you to become NBA player, you have to try your ass off. There's no way for you to train for like 3 months and suddenly become good. In order for you to deal with pressure even better, to improve the skill of dealing with pressure, you have to experience it more. And not only to experience it more, you have to learn. If you don't learn, everything is going to be futile. Everything's going to be a waste. So the younger, the better. Start from small. Doesn't matter you go join a campaign, you go join scouts, you go learn some new skills, you go have some clubs, go sparring, go fight, go learn. The more pressure you put yourself in, the more likely you become very, very sharp. You're aware of the feeling of pressure and you know how to deal with it. And by experiencing more pressure in earlier of your life, you stack all those experience up. They're not adding together, they are multiplied together. So the more experience you gain, the more knowledgeable you are in terms of pressure. And when more knowledge about pressure that's applied to you, the more impression it's going to make into your brain. Your brain is going to adapt the situation. They're going to analyze every single day to the point it's going to be muscle memory. So like playing piano, when I'm playing piano when I was 5, now until I'm 18, 13 years of training. Now I can play without even thinking so much. I can don't look at the script. I even can close my eyes to play it. So it's some sort of muscle memory. Same with pressure. The more you deal with it, the better you have. And the younger, the better. It's like telling a person which one is better. If 5 years old you experience the pressure of losing a football tournament, or you when you are 40, you're losing a business. So of course, it's way better for you to experience failure when you are young. And there's a lot of people to a point that when they experience a lot of success in terms of how to deal with pressure, they start to lose their humbleness. Instead of thinking that, oh, I'm not going to experience failure anymore. Wrong. Every year, to the point you die, we must be a student. We must learn. And not only to learn, we must know how to teach. Because when you're teaching, you're providing value to other person. Not just you learning and gain all the knowledge for yourself. You share to others, improve their life. So not only thinking about self-improvement yourself, bring up your friends, bring up your family as well. So experiencing more first. Even if you fail, it's alright. You just have to put yourself inside a situation that you feel pressure every single time as much as you can. And once we have the foundation in mind, we can move on to lesson 2. We have to acknowledge that we are scared. We have to know that we are fear of failure. So if you don't have this kind of mindset, what will happen? If you don't have this kind of mindset, every time you experience failure, you won't learn. Because you don't know that this is some sort of mindset that you have, which is going to stuck you inside poverty and failure. If you experience failure, you don't learn from it at all, you keep on failing every single time, it's going to waste your opportunity. You might as well success every single time, then you fail every single time but don't learn. So every single experience you have, write it down. What's your feeling? What you can improve from it? Maybe it's your lack of meditation, your lack of insight on how your minds feel, how your muscle feel. Like sometimes in pressure situation, you're going to be stiff. You're going to be frozen on the ground floor, don't know what to do. And this is where you must learn to overcome it. So there's a quote that's said by my favorite basketball player, Nikola Jokic. He said that if you don't experience fear or embrace fear, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be a great player. It's those that acknowledge that, oh, there's a fear inside me. I'm scared, but I'm still doing anyway. That's what born courage. That's one born great player. Courage is doing the action in spite of fear. You can feel fear, you can feel like you want to die, but you still act out of it. It's called courage. If you don't have fear and you act on it, it's not courage. Once you acknowledge your fear, what are you going to do? So for like beginner, me and you, we're not going to be some sort of emotion control master. We're not going to suddenly read a book and suddenly know how to control our emotion and be stoic. So instead, we're going to use my method of fake it till you make it. Everyone don't want to admit it, but we all start from our action first. Our action dictates our thought. Our thought also dictates our action. It works hand in hand. Try to control our action before we can control our thought. We are newbies. We can't control our thought instantly. So instead, we control our action. Your body language, how you act, how you speak, how you walk. This kind of thing will affect your brains on how to act on it. If your brain senses that you are confident outside, it's gonna help you to make you feel that you're confident inside as well. So that's why we call it fake it till you make it. You like make some sort of impression in your brain telling you that, oh, this person is confident, this person is walk with swag. And have you ever wondered why when there's a bodybuilder entering a room, the atmosphere is starting to change? They're not fierce, they're not scary at all, but just their presence alone make you feel like they're confident just because of their physical body, how they walk. When you're doing gym, you're feeling confidence. Not because you suddenly make it confidence, your body, the result that shows in front of your mirror, that's what makes you confident. That's why there's a lot of bodybuilder, even though inside of them they fear, inside of them they're not confident, just their presence alone make them believe they are confident. So same analogy, you're gonna make your body tell your brain that you're confident. And naturally, your brain's gonna copy it and you turn out to be confident. But do remember, this why is a method called fake it till you make it. It's not real. So after you convince your body, telling your brain that you are confident, you have to make sure to know how to control your emotion state. So by meditate, you close your eyes, telling yourself, ask yourself, what feeling are you feel right now? Is it angry? Is it sad? Why is it? It's very hard for you to control your heartbeat. Like sometimes I feel like my heart is pumping, I feel nervous, I feel anxiety. It's very hard for me to control my state. So instead, I put my focus on something that should be done. Maybe my work, maybe recording a YouTube, my business, reading a book, spending time with my family. Those can avert your focus, avert your direction, your attention towards a thing that won't cause us pressure at all. So you have to experience fear. There's no shortcut. You have to experience more to be a master of the game. And you have to acknowledge your fear. And you fake it till you make it. Use your body as a first tool to signaling your brain that you're confident. And start by slowly working it out. Meditating from the inside. Control your state of mind. And being stoic. Learn from the stoic book, whatever you can find. Self-help books is wonderful because their mindset. It's not because how their step-by-step guide. It's because their mindset. What differentiates successful person and not successful person is their mindset. Mindset makes a lot of difference. Because like I mentioned earlier, thought dictates action. Action dictates thought as well. So when you have the mindset as a foundation, immediately your action will change as well. And your action results in your changes. It results in your successfulness. So do the hard work, especially when you feel like it. Mwah!